All right, so there is a notice about the sniper rifle rocket launcher. They're talking about the alleviating the fatigue in manual operation. They're talking about the additional burst gauge, basically bonus when you're using sniper rifle and rocket launcher. And this is primarily talking about how in order for us to fast charge and get a lot of energy fast, we tend to use sniper rifle and rocket launcher in that situation. So they did a rework on that setup. So I'll be talking about the changes and another thing, because this is a pretty important thing and a lot of people have not paid attention or noticed this. So first things first is take a look at what is changing on my target right now. You see the difference right now? So what you will notice is actually I'm toggling the auto attack toggle. So if I have the auto attack toggle where basically you're letting, well, you can control the mouse while, because I'm holding this, but basically it's gonna try to, yeah, it's gonna try to move that cursor to the enemy and it's gonna auto shoot. Now the thing is, if you have that auto attack on, basically there is a bigger circle that you will see there, which typically means that you are less accurate with your shots. That is something that you will see very well on shotguns, but if you toggle it off, you will actually see that it is a lot more consistent, a lot more accurate. So if you actually change this and I try to shoot, it's very consistent on hitting the core right here. Now let's try to, if I turn it on, you will start seeing that it's starting to miss. You see that yellow, it wasn't like a core hit. The white hit again, the white text, that's not a core hit. So it is basically less accurate if you have this turned on. So if you have this turned on, it is less accurate, your shots. So that is something that is about 2 patches ago. I kind of talked about it on stream, but I realized I didn't really make the video about it. So you guys just need to realize that, yeah, manualing is going to make your shots a little bit more accurate. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, let's talk about the sniper rifle rocket launcher change. This is an overall good upgrade because it wasn't that we are nerfed, but this is actually a buff for pretty much like everyone, actually. So they didn't change the existing functionality for a lot of people that are manualing. In fact, it is actually a lot better now this time around. So let's start off by showing how fast it is right now. So with Jackal here, I'm bursting and I'm controlling her. So if I'm shooting here, so I'm gonna just, I'll just auto it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in 6 shots, I managed to get a full burst right there. Now I'm gonna try to fast charge this time around, and you will notice that it is actually significantly slower. Now let's try to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm gonna full charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 right there. So there is that 11 shots right there. It took 11 shots instead of 6 shots when we're fast charging. Now, is it a nerf from how it is before? It's actually not, because actually before all of this, see, this is dated April 11th. I actually did some testing before. It took me 14 shots to actually fast charge when this. So it's still actually a buff, whatever we got right now. It took 14 shots to get a full charge. So overall, this is a good update. Now, however, there's another thing that you have to pay attention to, and how you can take advantage of this in particular. There is actually a difference if you are manualing or autoing on that character itself. And by autoing, I mean you're letting the AI do it, not you're controlling. But okay, let me just show it to make it easier. So I will try this time around. I will make it so that litter is I'm just standing here, but you will see how slow the energy gain is if I'm just letting the AI do its thing. Now there, right there, she got a full clip already and it's still not fully charged. And yep, that's another full clip right there, and she's still again not fully charged. That's another thing. That took 3 clips, or 3 full clips. That took 6 plus 6 plus 2. That's how much it took for Jackal. It took 14 shots for Jackal to actually do it. Now here's the difference. So there is a significant difference to whoever you are controlling in terms of the energy gate. And I kind of look into it also with machine guns. Does it affect them? It didn't feel like it was affecting machine guns. So right there, it took 6 shots and it was already full. So there is a significant difference to which character you are on. I was autoing that earlier, so it was like on auto when it got to 6. But even though it was the AI that was autoing there, it still did it 6 shots. So whichever character you are on as a sniper rifle or rocket launcher, they would get that bonus energy gain. This is very significant because for those people that do want to just kind of auto with the machine gun, it would benefit you to actually be on the sniper rifle or on the rocket launcher so that you will get that energy boost. So let me show this time if it's a machine gun. So I'm gonna auto with machine gun here, and just pay attention how long it took for the machine gun. So we end up getting a max burst by 20 seconds. Now if I try to do the same thing where I will swap immediately and have another unit do it. Alright, so let me try to swap where I'm gonna swap to litter immediately and just not shoot with litter, and I'm just gonna let the AI do it. It was still pretty much roughly the same. It was still roughly 20 seconds when it got to max burst. So as you can see, it didn't affect another type, but it affected the rocket launcher. Let me try that with the sniper rifle also. I'm just autoing it. It should take roughly 7 shots. Yeah, in about 10 seconds I managed to max that out. Now I'm gonna try to do it again with if I swap out. So I will let the AI handle it. And as you can see, the energy gain is ridiculously slow when we're not on there. It took another 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds. So yeah, that is a very significant change. But basically the main thing is it does incentivize people to manual. One thing is to not auto, and 2 is to be on the sniper rifle or rocket launcher whenever you're attacking. But that also makes it so that whenever you're team building, it is a lot more important to actually have at least one sniper rifle or rocket launcher whenever you're team building. So for example, like this team, you want to have at least one sniper rifle, and that you're manually controlling so that you will gain a significant energy gain burst. And in general, back then, it's still the same meta. We do that anyways. When solo raid, people end up usually having at least one sniper rifle or rocket launcher in their team to do fast charging. This time around, it's still gonna be the same thing. You still want at least a one sniper rifle or rocket launcher in your team so that you can fast charge. But in this situation now, the difference is you don't need to quick fire as much anymore because of the helping of this update right now, which has increased your burst energy gain rate. So rejoice for the boomers. This is a pretty significant change. Initially we were thinking that it might be a bad thing because they might nerf how fast energy gain, but it is actually an overall just a positive update for all types of players. Now here's the thing, I did ask somebody still to have them test this out on their own. How would it look like? What if someone had a just autoing and then someone had a manual fast charging manually, and then what if they had used macro? And obviously, just for sake, it's someone undisclosed, but they managed to do an auto aim burst when they're just autoing. It did 2.8 bill, but see, the main reason why this is doing significant less damage is because of the accuracy penalty that I talked about earlier, where if you're just autoing, you get a significant decrease. But if you are manual attacking, it does get you to 3.6. And then when he toggled his gaming chair, he did the 3.9. So overall, fast charging manually is still a very significant, and especially if you do it properly, quote unquote, gaming chair, it still does give you a leg up. But is it a much more significant thing? Now that's gonna vary from person to person, because I don't know how much more this person is better at compared to the macro. But as far as I'm understanding, he is a fairly good player in terms of just manual. Is it worse for auto players? If you're autoing, you're probably you're gonna not notice it too much. I mean, you're autoing already, you don't care to begin with. But with this significant change on the sniper rifle rocket launcher, there might be a more importance with charge speed. It might end up being a higher priority of option for sniper rifles and rocket launchers, because they will attack much more often, much more faster, and in turn you will gain faster comparatively. So that is an option that might have changed this for some in terms of building. Something to note, and you guys need to pay attention to, and it will probably affect for some people's team building and probably how they play things.